Hello Virgo, this is a general love reading for a large audience. So although when I pray and prepare, I ask that everyone receives at least one message, it is a general reading. So let's go ahead and get started. I have prayed over the cards and shuffled them. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh my goodness, this deck is enormous and I have thoroughly shuffled it, and this is the third time this has come up. So I am getting that there is a major theme where people are just throwing themselves into work and they just don't have the time, be it on purpose or because things truly are just so busy at work, to even focus on love. So if you read the bottom of it, it says, do what you love, a time of great personal growth in career, artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. And what this message is for you is that I get for some of you, you are throwing yourself into work because you have a potential new relationship, but you don't want to really deal with it because you're afraid of getting hurt again. You're afraid of having to feel those emotions, work through those emotions because of past hurts and relationships where you've been burnt. And bottom line, you don't want to be hurt again. But you also don't want to deal with having to feel those emotions and heal them or release them so you're ready to move forward with the new partner. So you just throw yourself into work. But with everyone, you know, it's not really going to help you. So if you can find some balance to heal and release those emotions from your past, you'll be able to move forward with joy. And I'm getting that you need that because you're not happy working all the time. You're just dodging what the work that you need to do to find your happiness, and it's just making you even more unhappy. And for some of you, I get that you've had some challenges at home, some arguments with your spouse, partner, so you're just kind of throwing yourself in work so you don't really have to deal with it because you do love and care for them, but you don't want to argue, you don't want to be in a negative environment. You're really just hoping that things will simmer down and calm down. But I do get that you are going to have to get a little balance. You are going to have to address that to be able to get the relationship back to a place of love, bring that spark back in. So I do get you're going to need to get that balance. And for a small number of you, I do get that there's starting to be a little bit of tension in your relationship because you are working all the time, but it's not on your own accord. It's not a decision you've made. It's just things are crazy busy at work. You start your own business and it's crazy busy, or just things have really picked up work and you totally have lost control of it. It's not your decision at all. You just have to work quite a bit. But you just need to do something special for your spouse, to let them know you appreciate them, you love them, you support them. And maybe since you're not there, something you could do is hire a cleaning lady to come in to help keep the house at least clean, since you're not there to help, since you're so busy working. Send your spouse some flowers, and have some meals prepared. Contact a company that will prepare meals. Do something so that load can be lifted off your spouse during the time that you have to focus on work, so that doesn't cause any future, long-term issues or turmoil for you. And that will go a long way to helping get that spark and keep things happy, keeping the home happy. Next card we have is King of Michael. When you look at it and read the bottom, it says, wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity, a situation that calls for honest and open communications. So what I'm getting is, for a number of you, this is talking about, you're in a relationship and you're just not speaking up for yourself. For some of you, you're trying to come to a decision, maybe a new house, and you're not really speaking up for things that you want, where you want to live and what you desire. For some of you, I get that you're not speaking up for yourself emotionally, like you're not saying how you feel about a new romantic partner. I get that you're just not speaking up. And for some of you, I get that there's some conflict about a certain situation, but it's just causing more conflict because you're just not standing up for yourself. And not even just so much standing up for yourself, but just being honest about what your thoughts are and what you desire. And right now, they really are saying it's time to speak up for yourself. And I do get, for a number of you, this is related to emotions. That it's time for you to step away from the logic and share what you're emotionally feeling and thinking. And I get for some of you, it's time for you to be honest with yourself about emotions, because I get like some of you that are throwing yourself into work to really evaluate, why am I doing this? Because like I get some of you are just a large number of throwing yourself into work because of a new potential budding relationship, and you don't want to express to that person how you feel, because you aren't even expressing to yourself how you feel. Because if you took the time to really look at it and be honest with yourself, you'd see that you're afraid of what's hurt you in the past, and you're afraid of dealing with that head on and healing it. But what they're saying is, if you do take the time to have that open, honest communication with yourself, you'll come to the conclusion that, you know, you do want to heal, you do want to move forward, and you'll take those actions necessary in order to do that. But it all starts with being honest with yourself. And for those of you in a relationship, and being honest with your partner. Because honesty, integrity, that is a foundation. It's a key foundation to having a long-lasting relationship and partnership. Next card we have is 3 of Michael. If you read the bottom of that, release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. So I'm getting for some of you, I'm getting for a large number of you, you've recently ended a relationship. You ended it, they ended it. You've had a relationship come to an end in the recent past. And you're just having a really hard time getting past it. You have a lot of sadness and anguish, and you're just living in the past of that. And what they want you to know that it's important that you take the time to heal, but you don't have to do it alone. And I get that you're going to need the help to get through this and get healed and get on the other side. And the angels are there to help you. Ask for their help. They will come in and help you. They won't do that unless you ask, but you have to ask for their help, and they will. And also, you have a lot of friends and family that are there to also assist. Be open to receiving their assistance and their help. And I get a number of you are still holding on to that pain because you haven't forgiven yourself for things you did or didn't do. You haven't forgiven that other person for what they did or didn't do, the choices they made, the choices you made. So you're just holding on to this anger, and you're not forgiving yourself, you're not forgiving them. And you really do need to do that in order to be able to move forward. And you will heal that with time and forgiveness. And I get for a lot of you, it's just like you're almost, you know, she's got her hands buried in her head. And I get for a number of you, you just keep replaying it over and over in your head, thinking, you know, why did this happen? Could I have changed things? You know, could I have done something differently to make this work out? But you couldn't have. It wasn't meant to be. It was meant to end as it was. It was a lesson for you, a lesson for them. And you will be able to get to a point to look at it from a different perspective in order to see what that lesson was, and to see the blessings and things that came from that. But you need to stop living in the, you know, I could have salvaged it, I could have made this work, because you couldn't have. It wasn't meant to work out. So you really do need to release it and heal it, and ask for help in doing that. And then you'll be able to move forward. And you'll be able just to get to a place of happiness, because I get a number of you are just, you're just so sad, and it's affecting all areas of your life. Almost like you've become a hermit because of the sadness. So it's time to break free of that and step into some joy. This card here is joy and stability. What this is saying is, you know, take a step back from the situation that you're currently in, and, you know, release any of the concerns you have regarding matters of the heart, heartbreak, arguments, anything that's keeping you from your happiness, and go do things that make you happy. If you like horseback riding, go horseback riding, go hiking, take a little mini weekend spa trip, go do something that's going to energize your life, that's going to bring you some joy. Because for those of you that are single, I get that you're still living in the pain of your loss, because I get a number of you, it's not been a recent breakup, but because you're still holding on to the past and the pains of the past, and you avoid relationships because you've not healed those wounds, you just sit in a place of unhappiness, and then you're upset because relationship, love, those romantic partners aren't coming to you. but we attract what we are energetically giving out. So if you're sitting at home alone and you're sad because you don't have a partner, and you're deep down, don't have a partner because you're afraid they're going to hurt you, so you've got a wall built up, you're never going to bring that love in. Versus if you heal that and you just go out and start having fun, you start having joyful experiences, living in the now, you're going to pull someone into your life. Because, it's that warm, sunny, energetic energy that brings in joy and happiness. You just think about it. I mean, most of us don't want to jump into a relationship with someone that's all sad and depressed. We want to jump into a relationship with someone that's out, that's having fun, that's enjoying life. I mean, that's the law of attraction. So go out and rejuvenate yourself. Renew yourself. Have fun. Bring that joy back in. And for some of you that aren't sharing up your emotions and aren't speaking up for yourself, that are not wanting to discuss anything, matters of the heart, this is also talking about that this is a time to share those emotions. It's time for you to open up your heart, have a conversation with the significant other, that romantic partner, and what you'll find is that your relationship will go to a whole new level. Because again, for some of you, you're in a relationship and it's stagnant. But that's because you're not emotionally opening up. And I get for some of you, if you don't emotionally open up and you keep blocking out love, running from love, hiding because you're afraid you're going to get hurt again, and not really dealing with those past wounds to heal them, so then you're not sharing your emotions, you're eventually going to permanently push that romantic partner away that you really do love and care for. So heal those things, release the past, open up and share your true feelings and emotions. And then the sun will be shining over you and your relationship. Next card we have is children. And if you read the bottom of it, it says your love life is being affected by children. What I'm getting for some of you, this is coming to, to go have fun. Because, some of you, you're in a relationship, there's been a lot of conflict, a lot of arguments, you've just lost the light, the passion in the relationship. But by going and having fun together, playfulness, doing lighthearted activities together, you're going to bring that passion back in to the relationship. So they're encouraging you to be like a child. And for those of you that are single and looking for love, go and have the playfulness of a child. Go and do the things that you enjoy. You may even meet someone through those activities, but go and have fun. Go do joyful activities. And that will draw love to you. And for some of you, again, it's some of the conflict. Okay, so some of the conflict has been over your children. As though you're arguing with your spouse, or even for some of you, an ex, that it may actually work out, or a person that's maybe talking about divorce. But it's hinging around your children. Like they're wanting you to step up, they're wanting you to help more, or you don't think they help enough. And even in some arguments of trying to decide, what activities the kids are going to be in, or, you want them to play basketball, she wants them to play volleyball. Just as arguments over children and child care and taking care of children. And I get that you can come to an agreement if you start speaking up for yourself. So for those of you that, you're just in a very tense situation right now, that it's around children, if you just speak up and openly communicate and lovingly communicate, you are going to get back to a loving place with your partner. But you need to open up. And you know how they were saying earlier, for those of you that, have been thrown in work and you've not really had a choice over it, and your spouse, do something for them to help out at home. Get someone to help with the house cleaning. Get someone to help with meals. That's going to help head off some big arguments about how you're not holding up your end of the bargain in the house with your children. Because I get that that's a huge area of stress for your partner that you don't mean to put on them. but they're encouraging you to do something to lift off some of that stress, because, you know, you are partners. Yes, you are working a lot, but your partner works a lot in their job during the day, and then they're also working a lot trying to feed and care for the children and activities and all that. So they could really use some help. So if you could get them some help during the time that you know, have to work, so that you guys can just both get through it as stress-free as possible, that'll keep everybody happy. Because when mama's happy, everybody's happy. And who knows? Maybe for some of you, your husband's the stay-at-home dad. So, but support each other and take care of each other, and you'll keep the happiness there. Last card we have is retreat. On the bottom it says, it's time to disconnect from the world. So for a large number of you, I get that this is to signify and let you know that it would behoove you to take some time alone with your partner, your significant other, to, you know, take a trip together. I get, you know, there's been a lot of conflict. I get that some of you have even gotten your family members involved in the conflict. Like maybe, you know, you're arguing over, you know, which sport to get your kid in, or, you know, you're arguing because you don't have help, or you're having disagreements over financial situations, and your family and friends, they've started giving their opinions. It's just causing more conflict. The two of you are in the partnership together. No one else is. So the two of you would benefit from just going away together and having some open communications, enjoying some childlike, blissful, joyful activities together, and it's going to be like a marriage renewal. You're going to come back together. You're going to be on the same team, on the same page together, back into a happy place. And by having that time together, you will have that renewal of your love, of your connection, of your commitment. You'll communicate your feelings. You'll come to the mutually beneficial agreements, compromises that you need to come to, and you will be back at a happier, blissful place. And it doesn't even have to necessarily be a whole big blown vacation or long weekend. I mean, you could even just take a nice afternoon and go hiking together. Spend a day outdoors together. Do a spa day together. Go get massages and just enjoy the time together, just the two of you. And it could even be a day at an afternoon at home. You know, give the kids to the grandparents and just enjoy a day at home, the two of you, relaxing, watching movies, whatever. Because that really will deepen your commitment. It will strengthen your bond, and it will renew that spark. And for some of you that are in a new relationship, I'm getting that taking a trip, going on vacation together, will take your relationship to a new level, to a new commitment. Some of you, I'm getting, will even become engaged. And then for those of you that are single, I'm getting, again, go back to just focusing on you. Take the focus off of finding someone. Take the time to just do the things that you enjoy. You know, disconnect from the world, disconnect from those longings, those thoughts. If, you know, this is what I'm looking for, just disconnect from it and just go have fun. Do things that you enjoy, that will bring joy to you, and then that will pull in a romantic partner that you're looking for. I do wish you the best. I'd love to hear from anyone. Love your comments. Thank you for subscribing, and filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings.